Backpack Defense by Manasa. Hi, my name is Manasa. I'm an 8th grader here at Crosby. So before I go into my backpack defense, I want to tell some things about myself. So my favorite subject is math. I play the violin, I do taekwondo, and I participate in clubs like Science Olympiad, Beta Club, and Girls Who Code. I'm always ready to face challenges, and I love to learn new things. So the first thing in our backpack is prepared and resilient learner. So here are my math scores. So my math benchmark is a 230. So for the fall score I got a 237, and for the winter score I got a 243. So I went up 6 points. So before in the spring I was a little bit low on geometry. So when we did a lot of angle relationships in class, so that kind of helped me to boost my grade up. In reading, I got the benchmark is 220. For the fall score, I got a 222, and the winter score, I got a 216. So I fell down 6 points. Honestly, reading gets a little bit hard because you have those long passages, and you keep have to reading them. It gets really tiring sometimes, but what I did this time was I practiced reading like novels and stuff, and in class also we're reading a lot of books. So that for the spring I got a 243, so I grew a lot of points up, so that helped me to reach my goal. So for my numeracy artifact, this artifact is from Mr. Paisley's class. We made a poster of a city using our knowledge in transversals, parallel lines, and angle relationships. So what we had to do was we had 5 parallel lines and then two transversals going through. So he gave us these buildings that had to be like, so the hospital had to be a interior angle to the bank, and then the grocery store had to be a corresponding angle to the pet store. So he gave us those, and we had to create a poster with it. So, and then literacy artifact. This is a self-portrait poem that we did in class. We had to analyze the words or phrases on meaning and tone, including analogies or allusions to other texts, determine the meaning of words and phrases in text, including figurative and cognitive meanings. So I would like to read the poem. So it says, I'm a sun that lights up the day, like a flower that blooms in May. I'm as sweet as a mango who likes to dance the tango. I read books with lots of devotion, like the violin with different emotions. Kicks and punches, boards and breaks. I'm a martial artist who never quits. Making memories with family and friends, all fun and games till they end. So figurative meanings like I'm a sun, comparing to things without like, so it's a metaphor, and then like the violin with different emotions is a personification. So, and then not just a bunch of words and put together in a poem, we had to know the meaning of them and then arrange them in the poem order. Number 2 is globally and culturally competent citizen. So I'm a globally and culturally competent citizen because I learn about issues from around the world, and I try to come up with solutions to different problems. So this artifact right here is one that we did in science class, my carbon footprint. So first we have to know how carbon affects the environment. So the more carbon we burn, the more global warming it causes. So first we had to see how much carbon we burn as an individual. So I burn 12% in school, at home I burn 28, and then for vacation I burn 60%. So what I learned was maybe I could turn off the electricity, use less lights and technology gadgets. So that's a globally culturally competent citizen. And then I have a caring and understanding attitude towards others, and I show respect for people who are different than me. So whenever in my class, if anyone needs help or if they're having like I would try to go to them and kind of talk to them and maybe make them feel better. I show respect for all kinds of people, not just like my culture. I respect all different types of cultures who are different than me. And I said I love to learn new things. So maybe they have something different about them that I would maybe love to learn. And then a competent citizen, I also volunteer in different places like the library. So not just being a globally culturally competent citizen, not only in school but outside, that shows that. Number 3 is emerging innovator. So as I said, I like to learn new things. So this year is a project that we did in first period. It's called the Boom Lever. So we followed a design process to solve problems and create new things. So we had to first research the design. We had to ideation, so we had to create an idea. We had to prototype it, and we had to test it. So we did it. I did it with 2 other partners. I take risks, make changes based on things that work and things that don't. So if maybe this piece of wood didn't fit here, do you want to cut it like in another angle or something like that? We would take risks and see if they work or not. I ask questions to understand what I'm being taught. So this was the first time we ever did this, so we had no idea how to do it. But our teachers are very helpful. Whenever we have any questions, we go to them, and they always have answers. I don't know how, but it is very helpful. So this is a video from the testing of the boom lever. Okay, that was. The 4th one is effective communicator. So this is a letter to a future student, where we write a letter to the future students that are going to come to Crosby. So in the letter, I express my ideas clearly. I use different writing skills that are related about my topic, and I change my message in order to suit my audience. So when we write the letter, I wrote about how my experiences were, and maybe sometimes I didn't like some of the things, but some of my friends love to do those, so maybe I changed my opinion about it. Maybe the person that reads it, maybe they would love it and they would try it out. So, and effective communicator, talking is really important, in order to convey your message. Like now I'm presenting my backpack, and we've also done a lot of presentations in class where we come up in front of the class and we talk. It's really nervous, but I think when you do it once or twice, I think you get it. And then the last one is productive collaborator. This year we've done a lot of projects in class. I work well with others to reach a common goal. I express my ideas to others and also listen to their ideas. And I give feedback that is helpful, and also listen and take into consideration the feedback that is given to me. So we've done a lot of projects this year, and working with other people, it's always not easy. Sometimes it's hard, but you kind of get to know everyone and view their perspective a bit. One thing, it's always really fun, and then talking, and we always tweak our projects, which makes it even better. I give feedback that is helpful, and I also listen to what they have to say to me. So during this backpack, a lot of people asked me for help, and I was like, okay. And then when they were done, I would ask them and how I can make my backpack more, better. And so it's really productive collaborating. Collaborating is really fun, and in our classes we've done a lot. So yeah. So the conclusion, this year was an amazing experience, not only to work with people, but a great learning opportunity. I really feel confident about the 8th grade content, and I feel ready to go to high school. Next year I'm going to Eastern High School to go down the IT pathway. So these are a couple of bits from the year. So that was our winter concert, and that was the science regionals, and that was our Girls Who Code at the SCLP. So this year was really awesome, and I thank all my teachers and my fellow classmates, my friends, everyone, and yeah, thank you for listening. Are there any questions?